Hey guys, what's up? Zombie here. Welcome to Evilzombies Lair, episode 7. Today we're going to be talking about a bit of personal stuff. We'll go into some multimedia news and movies and TV stuff. Then we're going to talk about the anime recommendations of today. Then we're going to talk about a new tech release, a new thing that came out that was a nice, fun, geeky gadget. And then finally we're going to go into the main topic about security, software security, Android security, things like that. So without further ado, let's have some fun. Okay guys, so basically to start off with what I've been up to, there have been a lot of birthdays this week. I mean this year, I guess in the past couple months. There was a birthday last month, first daughter, birthday this month, second daughter, birthday next month, my wife, and then my birthday after that. We're so poor. No, it's fun. We're all enjoying ourselves. We're having a great time. It's just expensive. We can't catch up before the next one starts. No, we're having fun anyways, so at least there's that. That's something I was excited about. We all ate far too much cake and felt ashamed of ourselves, but we loved it anyways, because isn't that the whole point? No. Okay, but yeah, I've also been becoming super paranoid thanks to listening to I think it was the Complete Security podcast, that was recommended by Bandrew, Bandrew from Bandrew Says podcast. I listened to him, and he listens to the Complete Security podcast, and I have become so freaking paranoid after listening to that. I mean, seriously, Bandrew, why? Why did you introduce us to that? Now I have so many security apps on my phone, it's just ridiculous. I mean, my phone is locked down. Now I turn off different certain apps in order to be able to use my camera. But I love it at the same time. I get so much battery life. But anyways, we're going to get into that a little later. Another piece of big news, I also started a dedicated email address just for the channel. For nothing else. The dedicated email only for the Evilzombie franchise. That's the best word, or brand. Branded might be a better word for it, because we're not really making any money. So the Evilzombie brand. So Evilzombie at protonmail.com. I chose ProtonMail because Gmail's not that secure. I want something encrypted, secure. So if anyone's asking me anything, or if there's any business inquiries, it's all secure, it's all encrypted, it's all tight and locked down, so nobody has to worry about anything. And it's a free service. ProtonMail is awesome, and I am enjoying it. And other than that, another big piece of news that I also started up. Oh yeah, and with having a dedicated email, sorry, I'm looping back to this. With having a dedicated email like that, I'll be able to answer questions a lot easier, because I do get a lot of spam in my Gmail. No matter what Gmail account I have, spam finds its way there, I swear. So with the ProtonMail, I'm hoping that'll be easier to get around, because it's not as common an email address. Okay, and it's easy enough to remember. So Evilzombie at protonmail.com. Okay, so what I also started up, just because, why the hell not? I just kind of felt like it. I started up a Patreon. I know I'm never going to make money on there. There's never going to be a cent coming in from that. I can swear that right now. But I'm still gonna try and uphold that. I'm gonna stay on it, because it just gives me, I know it's not gonna make any money, but it still gives me the incentive to try and improve myself, to try and do a little better. I just want to push my content a little more. I want to try and release more stuff. I'm working on short stories that I want to release. So, like, as an incentive for people doing that, if they do certain tiers, then they'll get access. They'll be able to get early access to short stories, or they'll get like a day ahead of time access to the podcast, or things like that. Like, I'll start posting it on there, and then they can get early access to it, based on what tier they're getting into. And I just figured it might be just something fun if anyone really wants to. So, and if anyone does, then it would help me out a lot, probably. So yeah, I've started one of those, and I'm still figuring it out. I think I got it all set up. Anyways, guys, moving on to the next area. Subtopics. We're going into multimedia news. So something I thought was cool. Marvel actually includes X-Men, the X-Men in their logo now, in their movie splash screen that starts up before a new movie starts up. So to me, that's pretty new. That's a big deal, because X-Men are owned by a different company right now for movie rights. So this means we could possibly get Marvel crossovers or dedicated Marvel movies in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And that is a pretty big deal. I mean, we got it with Spider-Man. They managed to talk Sony into giving them the rights to Spider-Man and paying probably crap ton of money that could have saved thousands or millions of lives in a country somewhere. But yeah, no, we have a possibility of having X-Men rejoin the Marvel franchise again and be able to be placed in the same universe. This could be a big deal for a lot of series. This also could hopefully lead the way for like a Planet Hulk or a World War Hulk series. I mean, they probably won't do that because of how they introduced Hulk in Ragnarok, and they just kind of skidded around everything. But hey, you never know. It could be fun. Anyways, guys, so we're moving on to the next part. Anime recommendations for this week. Yu Yu Hakusho. It's an anime about basically a punk that gets he's a middle school, I think, or high school. A punk that gets ran over by a car, dies. This is like first 5 minutes kind of thing, so that's not really that much of a spoiler in episode 1, you know? And then he gets a job as a spirit detective to hunt down and stop demons and monsters and things like that, evil spirits from interfering with people in the regular world. And it just grows exponentially as it goes on all the way through the 109 episodes. 109 or 107, somewhere in there. And there's a really good movie that came with it that's really high budget. It was a lot of fun. And that's a really good series. Yu Yu Hakusho, if you have not seen it, you really need to. And that's not too long of a series. Because you might think, oh, it's over 100 episodes. Whoa, no. Remember, if you like Dragon Ball Z is 291 episodes. Yeah. Lord knows how long One Piece is. It's ridiculous how long that show is. And case closed, forget about it. Or Detective Conan, you know? Yeah, there's some really long animes out there, but they're worth it. And that's why they make it so long. Because they're good. This is one of those. It's really good. And if you want to see what other anime I've actually seen, go check out myanimelist.net and then look for my profile, Evilzombie123. Okay, guys, moving on to tech news. Logitech has released a keyboard that you can see in VR. Like when you go in, this is actually called the Logitech Bridge SDK for the Vive. It's a VR keyboard. It's basically a regular keyboard with an attachment on the corner of it. And when you place it wherever you have it activated, when you put on your visor, it'll show exactly where the keyboard is away from you in the game or whatever program you're using. If you're using a desktop simulation, you don't have to search for your keyboard anymore. It's just there. It's showing in the game, which I thought was cool, which I thought was handy if you have VR and you're trying to say, oh yeah, where's my keyboard? Where did it go? And you're trying to feel around. You don't want to take off your visor. It just leaves you in the more immersed feel of the world. And I think that's fantastic. If you're watching a movie, you can just have your keyboard sit on the side right here, and you don't have to take off the visor for it. You just pause it, change whatever setting or adjustments you need to do, and just unpause, keep going. I think that is fantastic, and I'm excited about that. So good for them. Yeah, that's something that I think it's going to make a lot of people happier if they're doing desktop simulation in it, where they're trying to put themselves in a nice environment and all that. It's going to be fun. Okay, moving on to the main topic, finally. And this is more about Android-based security, but there are other things in here too. Mostly it's just about Android. Okay, so I'm really obsessed with security right now, of course, thanks to hearing about that podcast and listening to it and becoming a paranoid like weirdo. I'm just like all in my phone now, just like, oh no, this, and this. No, I'm paranoid. But like I keep on saying that word, but no, seriously, the NSA and Google always listen to you on your microphone. They don't give a crap about what you say. It's true. They really don't care what you're talking about. They don't actually care. What the NSA doesn't care unless you say something that is a red flag for them. And I will not repeat any of those words, but that should be pretty obvious. And Google actually listens to you for advertisement purposes. This actually happened to my sister. She's talking about one subject. She's sitting with a friend. Her phone's, just the screen's off. It's sitting on the table. and she's talking about, oh, I need to go buy this sometime. I really need this. And then like a couple days later, that specific item is popping up in advertisements everywhere for her, showing up on web pages every time she looks at anything she's using. That specific item she was talking about with her friend is showing up on all the advertisements. And so that's a bit scary, because Google does keep track of everything you say then. And sure, they are using it. They are true to their word. They're using it for advertisement purposes and to improve the quality, your experience quality. That's what they say. But no, I am just uncomfortable with it. I mean, sure, you sign a legal binding contract when you agree to any free service that basically says that they own you. No? No, not completely. I'm just joking around here. And sorry if I stutter. That's not really a speech impediment. I'm not really sure. I haven't actually seen anybody or looked at anybody about that ever, so I just deal with it. But yeah, for that, I have a microphone blocker app now. I'm using the one from Frenzy Coders as well as their camera blocker app, because when those two apps are on, no app can use your microphone, no app can use your camera. Unless you go into a video call or a regular call, then it deactivates it, and then you can go through with your call. When you turn off that call and you end it, it just turns back on again automatically, so that no issues can happen. Nothing can look at it anymore. It'll tell you how many programs were trying to use it, all of that. Like for me, with my camera, my microphone, it was saying like 82 programs were trying to use my microphone. I'm like, wow, no wonder my battery life is so much better than it was before. Like, it'll last for several hours more, like 2 or 3 hours longer than it was before. And that's just crazy to me. Okay, so the next part is the all-in-one toolbox. Okay, sorry, I had to pause for a second to clear my throat. But yeah, the all-in-one toolbox is a fantastic program. It's just a good way it's like CCleaner. It's the same thing. It cleans out all the extra crap in your phone. It gives you pretty much access to everything so that you can clear out everything you don't want stored in there over time. And I installed that. I'm enjoying it. It serves its purpose, and that way you don't have tracking cookies and stuff like that stored in there that companies would use otherwise. I use that, and I use CCleaner because if one doesn't catch something, the other will. It's just kind of an all-around kind of thing, because I just like all my bases covered. Okay, so Malwarebytes next. Malwarebytes for Android. This is actually pretty nice. It lets you encrypt your whole phone. Malwarebytes will sit there and encrypt your phone, or it has a setting for it. It tells you different things that you can go on a checklist just to make it more secure. And phone encryption is on their list, and your phone is capable of that if you have an Android. And even if you didn't know that before, it's in your settings apparently. It'll just sit there for an hour. If you have it plugged in, everything will be encrypted. Nobody can hack in from outside. And that's just an extra layer that I appreciate. And of course, you can do the normal malware scans and see what programs are sketchy. And it will tell you in a full report what programs have a Trojan embedded in them, which ones have a worm embedded in them, which ones are adware, malware. It's a pretty good program. I normally use that paired with AVG because I just like the AVG program on there. It's pretty good, and it keeps anything untrustworthy out of my phone. And it'll tell you if any of your settings have been changed or anything like that. It's a good all-around way of security. Okay, which brings us to our next one, Proton Mail. You already know I started a Proton Mail. I think you should too, because it's encrypted and it's free. And if you pay for it, you can get a lot more email addresses that will point to the same mailbox if you want. You can get a domain name with it, and they give you a lot of stuff for a low price. And if you don't want to do that, you can also just donate if you want. If you just want the one email and you're like, oh, I like their cause, you can donate to them if you like, if you want to support them and encourage them to keep pushing forward. Right now I'm poor, so I'm just doing the free version, but I would happily support them. They're very good, and they are good at what they do. Okay, guys, so the next up is the Signal Private Messenger. I love this texting app. I mean, this is like the best texting app I have ever used. Before I used Messages Plus from when I had Verizon, then I tried to use the regular messaging app with my Samsung phone, and I've used the AT&T Messenger app, just for your default messages from your phone, your texting. And no, Signal beats all that. I like it. I'm enjoying Signal. It just is it's a nice layout. I can do a nice dark layout with it. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. And if your friends have it too, then your texting between them is completely encrypted. So it's end-to-end encrypted. If two people have it and they're talking to each other, it's encrypted, it's safe, it's secure. But if only one person has it and they text someone that doesn't have it, then it's not encrypted anymore. So that's something to think about. But think of it this way. People in the White House are using this app because it's actually a pretty good, secure app. What I would suggest to you is when you get it, go tell all your friends, hey, get this so that we can have a secure conversation. That way no one's going to try and steal your bank numbers or your social security number. If you text someone, oh, what was my social security number? If it's not encrypted, they can get that. Yeah. Think about it. So, yeah, because you don't know how much private information you might be putting through your regular texting app. It might just be worth the extra free layer of protection. I mean, it's free. Go for it. It doesn't cost you anything other than peace of mind. No, I mean, it gives you peace of mind. It doesn't cost you. I'm crazy, okay? I know, I'll shut up. But yeah, next program is a free VPN on your phone called Orbot. I love this program. It basically just gives you a new identity and changes your IP address that is displayed to the outside world incoming and a different IP address displayed to the world outgoing. So your upload and your download have different IP addresses, and it's awesome. And it uses very low resources in the background. And if you want a completely new setup or new identity, you just stop it and restart it again. And it starts up in just a couple seconds. And it hardly uses any battery at all. It's a really low resource program, which is great. And I use that paired with the next program, Orfox. It's kind of like the Tor browser or Firefox. It's just another pretty safe and secure browser. It works really well with Orbot. It pairs nicely with it. And it pairs even better when you also download DuckDuckGo, which is just a nice dedicated search engine for it. You can go to the website, but this is just a nice... DuckDuckGo is a great, really secure and, I guess, encrypted, safe way of browsing. Now, I don't suggest you go deep web or anything like that, but it's just a nice way for you to avoid getting your information stolen. And nobody likes that. Nobody likes identity theft. Nobody likes when people try and steal your passwords. It's just not nice. Nobody likes it. It ruins your life. Because several times, people have been trying to get into my accounts, my bank account, things like that, and I've had to change my password a lot. But yeah, I've had to change it so many times. It's ridiculous. Because people are trying... I keep on getting all these notifications. Like, oh, this person in Norway tried to log into your account. This person in the Ukraine. Things like that. And I'm like, why? I mean, I managed to go through a lot of steps to track down to like a kid in Russia. But yeah, it's frustrating. Someday, I will find them and I will catch them and I will freak them the crap out. It's going to be fun. I look forward to it. Because I have some friends that are hackers. No. That's something I would suck at, I swear. No, I have friends that would probably be okay at it, though. Yeah, otherwise, moving on. Awkwardness. No, those are the programs I have for you guys, in all seriousness. Those are the programs I would suggest for you to stay very secure, to stay very safe, to not lose your personal information. You don't want to give that up to someone. And just remember... This is like a mantra for Bandrew on Bandrew Says Podcast. He says this all the time, but it's very true and it gets you thinking. If you are using a free product, it's not free, you are the product. Because, quite frankly, they will make their money somehow. Companies like money, that's how they run. It makes sense, it's a good move for business. So what they do is they gather information, then they sell it to advertisers. And I personally don't like them doing this for me. So that's why I'm doing all these steps to block everything, to delete the extra files. I'm going to be using a more secure email because they'll be... Sorry if I shook the whole microphone there. I was scrolling up. But yeah, everything you're doing online, if normally they can get a hold of that through tracking cookies, through just seeing what your typing patterns are, your habits. And it's just... No, it's creepy. Oh yeah, and also don't forget to get Key Scrambler on your PC. I don't know of one for the phones yet, but I will get that if I can find a good one that's low resource intensive. I can get my words. I swear I can talk. Okay, guys, but seriously, have a good one. Thank you so much for watching. This brings us to a close. If you're watching this on YouTube, press that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff. Comment down below and just talk to me, because give me some feedback. Tell me what else you want to see. I enjoy talking to you guys. And also, if you're listening on iTunes or some kind of podcast app or SoundCloud, press the 5-star rating. If you thought it was that good, I hope you do. Just leave an honest rating, because that probably helps me out a good deal. Leave me a comment down below, because I enjoy seeing comments, and that lights up my day like a Christmas tree. I mean, I like talking to you guys. This is my social interaction forever. This is my only social interaction, talking to a camera alone in a room, because I'm an IT guy. I'm an IT guy. I seriously sit at a computer all day alone in an office. No. And fixing other broken computers. So all the computers are my friends? That makes a lot of comforting sense. Okay, I can live with that. I'll just start drawing faces on them. I'll name them. I'll have Frank the computer. No, Frank is a chair. You'd know that if you saw the Araya game series I did. Damn chair. Okay, guys. But anyways, see you later. Have a good one. Keep being awesome. Goodbye.